Welcome to the Ask Dr. Tommy O Show. The Ask Dr. Tommy O Show takes a holistic approach to our community's healthcare needs and concerns. Well, today, our show is going to cover this past year's events, as well as we're going to wish our community a Merry Christmas, because this is Christmas time. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce Bishop Paquette. Welcome to the Ask Dr. Tommy O Show.
Well, it's wonderful to be on this show and to have our relationship all year.
Yes.
And we've done some great things. I want to tell you about our Beta Award. We'll talk about it later on. But this has been a great year. It's been exciting. And our relationship has really been something very, very special. Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, it's a team. Like I keep saying, like the God Squad, being the spiritual minister and being the minister of medicine and health.
Right.
It's like a 1-2. We work together and really take on some serious challenges and community concerns.
Yeah, we've always been on the cutting edge. When people think about doing something, we've already done it.
That's right.
You know, and we can go right through the year, and that's our whole thing, is to reach the people and solve problems.
Right. Always staying ahead of the curve, setting the standards. And here at Church Alive Community Church, we set new standards. Very important. You don't want to be behind the 8 ball. You always want to be in front, setting a standard.
Yeah. The key is to be proactive, you know. And can I talk about the Beta Award?
Yes.
Well, this year, Dr. O'Brien, the Dr. Tommy O Show won 2 Beta Awards. Folks, and this is what it looks like.
Right.
Okay, and it's significant because it's competitive. It's not you just say, hey, I just want to win an award. No, you have to compete all year long to be able to win this award. Right. And Dr. O'Brien, he won 2 awards for the best medical show, am I correct?
Well, this particular year we won for the best series and best educational categories.
That was not easy.
Right.
And the work that we've done to quality of the shows, you know, has caused us to win. And not only that, we want to thank you for watching us and encouraging us to do you know, the work that we do and to bring information, resources, and services to improve your lifestyle. Now, I want to talk about myself.
That's right. I'm not the only winner here, so.
Right. For the 15th time, Church Alive program, community outreach, has won the best talk show. And I purposely didn't run against O'Brien. The best talk show for 15 years on BronxNet Cable. And this is what it looks like, folks.
Right.
So here you got 2 winners. Okay, you got 2 champions. We got 2 wonderful people who are concerned about you. Now, that's done. All right.
Exactly. Well, you know, part of what we do is we do listen to your feedback because we do have our community call in to Bishop Paquette, and the feedback, we've been very fortunate. The feedback's been positive, but we do have community individuals from the community do call up and say, can you address this particular topic? Or we always have our, you know, we listen to the heartbeat of the community, and if we see something that needs attention, we address it. And this is way before mainstream media. We are, like I said, and you said, we are proactive and we make a difference. We're right there. We're looking for new ideas, and we encourage the community to call Bishop Paquette at Church Alive. We'll have that number on the TV again. What's the phone number?
Right. All right, 718-993-3338. But, you know, there's so many people out there that are doing good things, and nobody ever hears about it. Well, we're interested in you. We're interested in you being a guest on one of our shows. We'll hear what you have to say, and if it's something positive, something that will solve an issue or bring something to a good conclusion, or if it's a concern that you know that the community needs to know about, then contact us. We'd like to have you as a guest.
Absolutely. Right. You know, if you want to bring light of something, you know, you could be a community activist, but no one needs to know if you're afraid that something's going on in your neighborhood and you want to address it and you don't want your name out there. It's not a problem. You can make that phone call to the bishop anonymously and say, there's something going on in the community. Can you address this for us? And this is what we do. You
know, we had a gentleman that was on your show, rather, and he passed away.
Right.
But before he passed away with this terrible illness, he was a guest.
Right.
You know, and we dealt with an issue right then that a lot of people weren't talking about. You want to share a little bit about that?
Sure. We were talking about someone who passed away from lung cancer.
Yeah.
And this is someone who really is a very good friend of mine. I've known for 11 years, and you became a good friend as well.
Sure.
And that's Eddie Roach. Eddie's been on my show 3 times. Eddie was a religious instructor of religious education. He was also a physician's assistant, and he also had a business where he helped put on orthotics. Like you would have a prescription from a physician for like a back brace or some sort of device, what we call durable medical equipment. Unfortunately, he did have a tendency to smoke a lot. And unfortunately, it's an addictive drug, nicotine and tobacco. We also addressed that immediately. Right after that, we had a show on tobacco abuse. Unfortunately, even with all the education and being in medicine, addictions are very strong. It doesn't matter what type of addiction. Addiction, it has a lock within your brain. We discussed the physiology of it, and unfortunately, it caught up to him, and he passed from lung cancer.
Now, that was another show
Yes.
that I was certain was going to win an award, and that was during the heat wave.
Oh, yeah.
And people were dying from heat stroke. I even fell out, if you remember, from overexertion and dehydration. And that was a tremendous show, trying to tell people how to stay alive, really, and how to survive through the terrible heat wave that we had this year.
Right. Well, we addressed understanding the signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion versus heat stroke. We covered that because we were cutting edge. Before the mainstream media even addressed this issue, we went on TV and we discussed this. This is during the heat wave, and that was, what was it, July, right? It was July this past summer, July 2010.
Right. You know, when we think about our young people, and a lot of folk weren't even aware that HIV/AIDS has got dipped down into our teenagers and dropped even lower. Right. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Well, we had a show. Absolutely. We encouraged the youth, because we have a youth program at the church, which the bishop he's in charge of, and he fosters to encourage the children to become empowered through education and to better themselves. And here we have an internship program where they learn about TV program and how to be an editor and a producer and so forth, and to have their own show. This particular show was about all the youth, and they had questions about HIV, and we addressed how HIV affects our youth and how they their opinions on HIV and how it affects the youth of today.
You know, and there was a show that we did that I know next year's Beta Award is gonna really will be a good how would you call it, a good challenge to a lot of other shows, and that is cyber.
Oh, yes. Well, we wrapped up this year with 2 shows, again, being cutting edge. We have issues with cyberbullying, so we brought on guests who experienced cyberbullying, and I had a family on, and we did 2 shows, and we addressed cyberbullying and how the individual, Alyssa, how she addressed this issue with her mom, with the support of her mom, and then she wrote a song about cyberbullying, and she wants to be a professional singer, so this is something that she had a passion for, and she took something that affected her personally, and she used something which was her passion, her music, and they wrote music, and a good friend of mine, Cheryl Krebs, she's a professional voice coach and a singer as well, and they got together and they used their passion to address the issue, so we did a 2-part series on cyberbullying.